13 News Now at noon. In our last half hour, we told you about Colonel Tanya McGonigal, who just became the first black woman to command a unit at Fort Eustis. So now we're telling you about another military history maker. You may have heard of Dorie Miller, an African-American hero of World War II in the Navy, who did his training, by the way, right here in Hampton Roads. An incredible story here, but let's hear more about this from the expert. We have Ed Moore here of the Mariners Museum Speaking Bureau to tell us everything you need to know about Dorie Miller and this weekend's Black History Month event. So thank you for being here.
Yeah. Doris was the third boy of four. And the midwife actually named him. His name means gift from the sea.
Wow.
The midwife thought he was going to be a girl.
Okay.
So he kept the name of Doris. It went by Dorie for short.
Yeah.
He was a great high school athlete, a huge man, 6'3", 225 pounds, a boxer, a baseball player, a football player. His nickname was Power. Wow. He joined the Navy because he wanted to learn how to cook because he planned to open a restaurant in Austin, Texas. He's from Waco. Joined the Navy at the age of 19, was sent here first. This was his first birth. Did boot camp here, was assigned to the USS Piero. While he was here, he won the heavyweight boxing championship for his squadron. That event is shown in the movies as happening in Pearl Harbor, but it was here.
Wow.
And when he was off duty, he hung out at the Titanic bar on Church Street in Norfolk.
My goodness.
His ship then left to travel all the way from Norfolk to Pearl. He did indeed see most of the world, which was his plan. They stopped in Cuba and the Philippines and Indonesia and Australia, New Zealand. Ends up in Pearl Harbor on the West Virginia. Been in the Navy 2 full years before Pearl Harbor occurs.
Okay. Wow. And so, you know, there's so much to his story that kind of impacts the culture that we have here today. What do people really need to know about Dorie Miller and his story and how that's pertinent to even today?
He changed the culture in the United States. At the time he was in the Navy, African Americans were still only allowed to be cooks and stewards and work the kitchen. But during the Battle of Pearl Harbor, with most of the crew dead and the ship sinking, he took over the .50 caliber machine gun. And without having been trained, now he was a hunter when he was young. He hunted for meat to help feed his family. But he took the .50 caliber and he fought the Japanese head to head, face to face, manning the gun by himself. He ran out of ammunition. Then he was one of the last 3 men on board the West Virginia as it was sinking. Reached up, got off the ship, climbing on a rope, and then jumped into the water and saved dozens of men, pulled them out, and swam another 400 yards to safety. He was awarded the Navy Cross, first black man to be awarded the Navy Cross, and then he became the first black man to be engaged in traveling in the United States to sell war bonds. Traveled to every major city in the United States with Joe Louis. The two of them traveled together. At the time, Joe Louis was the biggest black hero in America. He actually surpassed Joe and became more popular than Joe.
Oh my goodness.
They appeared together at places like Yankee Stadium and Wrigley Field. And because of Doris, the United States Navy said, we've got to get some of these young, intelligent black men from America and train them to be officers. Because someday the Dorie Millers of the world will be officers and not just cooks.
I love that. Now, we got to get running here to our forecast, but really quickly, where is this event where people can learn more?
2 p.m. tomorrow, Newport News Main Street Public Library.
I feel like I could talk to you all day about Dorie Miller. Just such an incredible story. But thank you, Ed. I mean, so much information here. But make sure you check out this event to learn more about our Black history. Ed, thank you so much.
Thank you.